All right, so we are hearing that the PDP and, of course, and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar is calling for a merger of all political parties to come and properly oppose the ruling APC. Good news, right? If you're a student of politics, you understand that it is quite very necessary to have that merger done, or so that there can be a unification of purpose in the opposition. But sincerely, if the opposition of the APC is to unseat them in 2027, I can tell you that it will not work, because ignore Kwankwaso, right? Ignore him, be talkative. He's a local champion. He's just comfortable being king of Kano State, and he doesn't care what happens. People like that, and then I hear him say, "Oh, he has to be the presidential candidate." Kwankwaso cannot even win 3 states in this country. Plus and minus all is let's chill. That's on the point. But my issue is, I think this is something that I have said over the years. A lot of persons have criticized somebody like Reno Mokri. His ideology of fighting Peter Obi over the months has been that he divided the PDP vote, or gave away the chance for APC or Bola Ahmed Tinubu to have been defeated in the election. I can say this everywhere or anywhere. Even if it was Nelson Mandela on the ballot for 2023 with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he would still have been named president. Not because he won the election, but because the election was rigged and mad. It was a deliberate attempt. Like some people put it, it was a democratic coup. It was a democratic coup d'etat. So no matter who put Barack Obama, except if you had a master rigging tactics that was higher, if it was going to the polls, I can tell you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not secure 1 million votes in the last election, but he is president today. So if the merger of the opposition parties, the Labour Party, the PDP, the NNPP, is such that they should defeat Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027, is a failed arrangement. I think the first opposition that we need to establish is the opposition from the federal houses of assembly, the Senate and the House of Reps. That's where we should start from. First and foremost, let's begin to divide. Let's begin to shatter the powers of the INEC chairman. We've heard in recent times it's becoming very dangerous. First, the president of the country appoints the INEC chairman, and of course, the resident electoral commissioner. He who pays the piper dictates the tune. That's a fact. Then the constitution must be reviewed, right? The houses of assembly, both the Senate and the House of Reps, there is need for. So this merger should actually not be about the 2027. It should be about having opposition parties in the federal houses of assembly fight to strengthen and deepen our democracy. What are they supposed to be doing now? Constitutional review, constitutional amendment in very, very clear terms. Electoral reforms, INEC powers. The president should not. We should create an abstract organ that should begin to appoint or regulate the affairs of INEC. Having the Supreme Court tell us that INEC has got the powers to do and undo, conduct election, and collate and announce results the way they like, that is not good for democracy. We must begin to tell ourselves the truth, as much as it is practiced in a couple of countries. But you know that absolute power intoxicates absolutely. Giving too much powers, enormous powers to these guys have pushed us where we are. The problem with the African country or the African mind is abuse of power. Abuse of power. Every African has a tendency of abusing power if you allow them. And of course, you see what's happening with sensational social media content creators and the likes. The opportunity they have, 1 million followers, 100,000 followers, begin to make money. Abuse is everywhere. So imagine somebody having the powers to decide the future and the fate of a country. He's going to abuse it. And sometimes, again, these guys have soiled their hands in so many ways. So a lot of the times you are going to see that they are going to be compromised because people that have their records will fight them. So the first port of call is not 2027, is raising an opposition in the houses of assembly to begin to implement strategies, policies, plans, programs, document, review, and amend our laws so that we can begin to fight the people that are fighting our democracy. If it is to unseat Tinubu, if we fold our hands and begin to speak and make all the noises and begin to campaign, it is the 2023 election wasn't by popular vote. It wasn't the most popular candidate that won. Of course, when I say won again, I'm taking it back. He didn't win. The guy rigged himself to power. The guy rigged himself to power, you know. Of course, so whoever wants to be on the ballot with Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027, shouldn't just be there because he has campaigned. It's because we have got a renewed understanding that our laws have been strengthened, our policies and our programs, INEC, electoral reforms, constitutions. There is now a new way. The Supreme Court has got some level of sanity. So all this ambiguity, all these technicalities that has flooded our electoral and our legal system, our judicial system, our justice system should be eradicated and then properly properly streamlined. Let our justice system be for the common man. Let it not be ambiguous. Let it be plain, proper. Let's know what we are doing. Again, a Nelson Mandela, before Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023 election, would have seen be defeated, not because he was not popular, not because he did not channel his electoral might properly, but because the election was rigged 100%. It was rigged 100%, and I beg to say that every time I have a chance to. So let's stop all this baby politics at this moment. I'm expecting Mr. Peter Obi, Bola Atiku Abubakar, Kwankwaso, and the likes, all of them to understand that we have got a chance at the House of Assembly. Of course, the APC are not the only people there. We have got PDP, we have got LP, we have got NNPP, we've got some ABGA even, right? So let's see how we can begin to review the constitution, review our electoral laws, strengthen and deepen our democracy, begin to look back at INEC and the act that establish it and what can be done to it. That is the only way. Because all this nonsense of allowing the president to appoint card-carrying members of the APC into the as resident electoral commissioners and the oppositions are quiet, we cannot work like that. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not deceive ourselves, because the only way Nigerians can come out and vote 2027 is that this opposition is not just for 2027 presidency. It's the fact that we have got a very viable opposition in the legislative arm. That's the only way. And share this video, let it go. I don't know if these guys are thinking, but that's the only way. I'm out of here. I'll catch you again soon.